This week's member's First Credit Union of Florida Prep Star. He is a dual athlete for Pensacola High School. He played football for the school and is getting ready for the upcoming baseball season, and has actually already signed his letter of intent to play for USF down in Tampa to play for the Bulls for baseball. Jonathan Bennett joining us. And Jonathan, congratulations. And just kind of talk about the past football season for you guys.
It was rough, and we knew we were going to be down this year, but we felt like we had a chance, and we really did. There's a couple mistakes here and there, and I feel like our chemistry wasn't there this year like it has been in the past, but everybody has a down season. I mean, I've lost like 5 games my whole time being at PHS in football, so I think a lot of people would like to have the opportunity that I had to play for my dad. It was fun, but I'm going to miss it, but it's time to go down south and play for the Bulls and try to get to the next level.
Now, you played running back, of course. Now, your dad also played running back as well in his heyday. How was that like with your dad playing running back and just kind of giving you tips during your high school career?
I'd go to places and they'd tell me how fast he was. I didn't have the speed he had, but I had a lot more power than he probably had. But it was fun to run back to the sidelines after I score and give him a high five, and just knowing he's right there with me. And going down south, it's going to be a change, and knowing he's not going to be down there with me. But I think I'll be all right. It's just time to play.
Gotcha. Now, of course, for baseball season coming up, you guys have a new coach for baseball. Who happens to be the offensive line coach for football team as well, Mike Mincy, who's had a little bit of a background as far as baseball is concerned. And, of course, he was introduced last week as the baseball coach. And it seemed like you guys were, for lack of a better term, pretty approving of Mincy being named the baseball coach.
Yeah, me and Coach Mincy have been close all 4 years. If I ever had a problem, I'd go to him. Anything that I had a problem with at all, I mean, I'd come to him if it had to do with school or it had to do with something outside of school. He still was right there, and he was just a phone call away. And I probably couldn't pick a better guy to get that job. He's always there for us, and he doesn't play. Like, you're getting your work done, and once you get it done, you can go.
There you go, and sounds like a right guy for you guys as well. Now, what is it about baseball? I mean, I know obviously you have signed your letter of intent to go down to USF and play for the Bulls and everything, but what is it about baseball for you that you enjoy really about it?
Since day one, baseball has really been my sport. And my grandpa always told me that baseball was going to be the sport for me. I was going somewhere in baseball. I played football because, like, my whole family, we all played football. My brother graduated from here playing football. My dad, my uncles, everybody played football. So it was in my blood to play football. But I just felt like baseball was where I was going to be more successful. So that was the sport I went to.
All right, and then, of course, we already talked about how you're going to be going to USF. What was it about that school that really sold you?
A lot of things, but mainly Coach Prado. When I walked in, he was straightforward to me, told me exactly what I wanted to hear. I mean, he didn't beat around the bush. He told me how it was going to be. And whenever I went and stepped on the field with all the other people from USF, and they were getting ready to play St. John's, they were like, I don't know, it was just, everybody was so welcoming to me and just telling me how good of a school it was. And I mean, I just like it that whenever I got there, they were just straight to the point and told me how it was going to be. It's not like these other schools that go around telling you what you want to hear and they tell you the truth.
All right, and then just finally, when you look back at your career, not just for football but for baseball as well, you mentioned as your freshman year you won a state championship with your dad coaching and everything. But what's some other memories you're going to remember and take with you going to Tampa now?
Probably my sophomore year when we went 18-9 in baseball. That was a big surprise to everybody, and we were one play away from winning the state championship there, going to the next round there. And I made a lot of good memories here, including that state championship, going down to St. Augustine, beating them in their house, which was never done here at PHS. There's a lot of things I could come up with, but I mean, probably the best thing was to play with my dad. I mean, I had him right there, and everybody knew. Like, it feels good to me. I can walk into somewhere and they're like, "Hey, that's Jonathan Bennett." People know who I am because of my dad. But I feel like now it's time for me to prove myself, and I don't want people to say, "Well, I know him because of his dad." I want them to know I know him because of what he's done in his life. So I think it's time to go down to South Florida and get my education. Hopefully, go to the next round in baseball, but if I don't, time to get a job and be successful.
All right, and that's this week's members First Credit Union Florida Prep Star Jonathan Bennett. Again, dual athlete, played for the football team for PHS and now getting ready for the upcoming baseball season. Jonathan, thank you for the time.
No problem. Go Bulls.